66. Repudiated Pretermitted, Lavanya's POV. Please, Ruhi, listen to me. I didn't mean to hurt you. I was desperately trying to make amends with my only friend, who was very angry and clearly had no intention of listening. She walked fast, then even faster, heading towards her department through the corridor. I caught up with her near the ladies' washroom, hoping for a chance to apologize, but she didn't even spare me a glance. Why? Why should I listen to you? She snapped. Who am I anyway? I have no rights, remember? You said that, didn't you? Her words only deepened my guilt over what I had said in the morning. I said I'm sorry. I didn't mean it that way. You know I don't like seeing anyone raise their voice or their hand against someone else. You know me, I pleaded. You should be thankful I only raised my hand on that American douchebag and not my leg. She shot back. I frowned. She is really angry. She's back in her Kalima mode. I know. Thank you for that, I said quickly. Now will you please forgive me? We had almost reached her department. No, she replied bluntly, opening the door to her cabin. Please? I tried again, putting on my best puppy-eyed expression. No, she repeated, though this time her tone had softened. I promise, I won't do it again. I swear, my brain isn't working properly these days. I have no idea what I'm doing or saying, I admitted. She folded her arms across her chest, exhaling loudly. Fine, she finally said, pursing her lips. I know you didn't mean to hurt me. That's not what I'm mad about. What infuriates me is how much you care about someone who keeps hurting you, someone who doesn't even know you properly. I'm angry because you're not looking after your own happiness. I stayed quiet as she continued. I'm not upset that you yelled at me, Levi. I'm just frustrated because despite knowing what you're going through, I still can't help you. And I call myself your best friend. She shook her head in frustration. What happened during the game? It wasn't just anger, it was my helplessness. I know I'm a practical person, but when it comes to you, I don't know why I feel so overprotective. I lose all my patience. She huffed and sat down heavily on her chair. I don't know. Maybe spending 9 hours a day with you is changing me. She suddenly widened her eyes. Oh my God, I'm becoming you. Excuse me? I stared at her, half my mouth open in disbelief. She completely ignored me. I have started thinking emotionally. That's the problem. She dramatically pointed at me. This is all your fault. She gasped as if she had made a horrifying discovery. No, I need a night out with a guy. She started rambling to herself. What? I gawked at her. Yes, I refuse to turn into a stupid emotional fool, she declared. Hey, I am not a fool, I objected. Yes, you are, honey. She gave me a pitiful look as if I were doomed. This girl has no emotions at all. I was about to respond when Virat sir suddenly entered Ruhi's cabin after a single knock. There you are, he said, looking at me. Ruhi glanced up from over my shoulder as I turned my head towards him. I was looking for you in the canteen, he added. Yes, sir, I was just talking to Ruhi, I replied. So, shall we go now? He asked. Go where? To where? I asked, confused. You forgot? He raised an eyebrow. I came to your cabin earlier to tell you about the shopping plan. Oh yes, I'm sorry. It completely slipped my mind. I apologized. So, you're coming, right? He asked, his voice filled with hope. Yes, I will, I assured him with a slight nod. He exhaled in relief, visibly relaxing. Before leaving, I glanced at Ruhi one last time. Her expression was unreadable, but there was a trace of sympathy in her eyes. Bye, Ruhi. See you tomorrow, Virat sir said, waving at her. We stepped out of her cabin and began walking down the corridor. Oh, my bag. I suddenly realized I had left my handbag in my cabin. Sir, I left my bag in my cabin. I'll just grab it, I said. He nodded. Okay, I'll wait for you at the parking lot. He walked towards the elevator while I turned back towards my cabin.
Author's POV? Jackie sat in his chair, absent-mindedly twirling a pen on the table. His mind was preoccupied with one thing: how to win back Lavanya's trust. I need to talk to her sweetly, humbly, gently. She's a girl, a sensitive Indian girl, a very beautiful one indeed. That last thought brought a faint smile to his lips as he pictured her charming face. Just then, he noticed Lavanya entering her cabin through the glass wall. She had come to retrieve her handbag. Jackie immediately straightened up, alert. I should talk to her, I should apologize, yes, I should. Come on, Jackie, you can do this. His inner voice urged him. Remember what Balram said? You're a good man. With newfound determination, he stood up and quickly headed towards her cabin. Inside, Lavanya shut down her computer and slung her handbag over her right shoulder. Just as she was about to leave, a gentle, polite knock sounded at the door. Virat, sir? Why is he being so impatient these days? I'm coming, sir, she called out, turning the knob. The computer was... She stopped mid-sentence the moment she saw who was standing there. Jackie. For a few seconds, there was absolute silence. Lavanya's expression shifted instantly, from neutral to startled, then to something close to panic. The more she wished to avoid him, the more she seemed to cross paths with him. How did you know I was at the door? Jackie asked, stepping forward with a smile that was almost too sweet. She instinctively stepped back, her eyes flickering downward. I didn't, she stammered. But you just said, I'm coming, sir. I heard it. His smile remained, but his brows knitted slightly. Lavanya lowered her gaze further, staring at nothing in particular. Her heart raced. Virat, sir, is waiting. I need to go, sir, she said hurriedly. Go where? His eyes flickered to the handbag on her shoulder. You're leaving this early? I'm taking a half day. I emailed Balram, sir, about it. I was just about to inform him personally, she explained, continuing to step back as Jackie slowly advanced. His expression began to shift. Why? He asked, his voice quieter now. And you didn't even think to inform me? It seemed like you were busy, she lied, her lips trembling slightly. You still haven't answered my other question, he reminded her. She swallowed hard, blinking rapidly. Why are you taking a half day? I'm going shopping, she admitted. During office hours? His eyes narrowed slightly. It's really important, sir, she answered cautiously. Is it? Jackie took another step forward, and Lavanya's back hit the wall. The handbag hanging from her shoulder slipped off, landing on the floor with a soft thud. Both of them glanced at it for a moment before Jackie's gaze returned to her. What are you planning to shop for, Miss Lavanya Verma? His voice was calm, but his words carried an unspoken demand. I'm really interested to know. Clothes and jewelry, she admitted, blinking nervously. Her hesitation triggered suspicion in Jackie's mind. He pressed. With family, she answered. And his eyes flickered elsewhere, avoiding direct contact. And my would-be fiancé, she added hesitantly. Jackie's head snapped back towards her, his blue eyes already glistening. Lavanya quickly averted her gaze, unwilling to meet his. Your would-be fiancé? He cut himself off, inhaling sharply to steady his breathing. He'll be there too? His voice wavered slightly. So you're going for your engagement shopping, aren't you? She closed her eyes, trying to conceal the sorrow lurking within them. Why didn't you just tell me? Why are you hiding things from me? Mr. Dawson, Virat sir is waiting for me downstairs. I need to go, she informed him, forcing her voice to remain steady. To hell with your Virat sir, Jackie growled. Tell me what's going on with you. His voice softened again, desperate and broken. Why are you doing this to me? He took another step forward and gently caressed her left cheek with his right hand. His touch sent shivers down her spine, every nerve in her body alert. Are you really going to let this happen to us, love? She hesitated, meeting his gaze. His deep blue eyes held nothing but pain. Meanwhile, Virat was sitting inside his car, parked right in front of the office building's main gate. He kept glancing at his watch, then back at the entrance. It was getting late. His patience was running thin. His family was waiting. Sir, please, I need to go, Lavanya pleaded, her voice barely above a whisper. Stop repeating that crap over and over again, Jackie snapped, his frustration evident. Then suddenly his eyes glistened with unshed tears. Don't do this to me, Lavanya, he murmured, his voice cracking. I know something's wrong. You can talk to me. Whatever it is, I'll fix it. Just name it, and I'll use every ounce of power I have to make the world bow at your feet. Just tell me why you're choosing him over me. Why are you doing this to him, Lavanya? Her conscience whispered. Listen to how broken he sounds. I know. It hurts me too. But I can't hurt so many people just for him. I can't. Taking a deep breath, she reached up and gently grasped his wrist, lifting his hand away from her cheek. With her other hand, she pushed him back, slowly but firmly. Jackie didn't resist. He just stood there, watching her with disbelief. It startled him. How could someone he loved so deeply suddenly act like a stranger? Unbelievable. I'm taking leave for the next 2 days, sir, she said, her voice now completely formal. I will email my leave application tonight. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have important matters to attend to. My family is waiting, sir, and I don't want to be late. She bent down, picked up her handbag, and walked past him without looking back. Jackie remained motionless, his body frozen in place as if his senses had shut down. She walked out, closed the door behind her, and hesitated for a brief moment, stealing one last glance at it before leaving. Jackie slowly sank into her chair, his eyes fixed on the closed door. None of his efforts had worked. It didn't matter if he played the villain or the gentleman. Nothing had changed Lavanya's decision. You are wrong, Balram. When a woman doesn't want you, she doesn't want you, no matter how good you are to her.
Lavanya's POV. As soon as the elevator doors slid open and I stepped forward to exit, I saw Virat sir standing right outside. Sir? Lavanya! We spoke at the same time. Where were you? I've been waiting for almost. He glanced at his wristwatch. Half an hour, we're getting late. I'm sorry, sir. I had to shut down the computer. It took some time because there were open files. And I finally found my bag, by the way. I motioned towards it. Are you okay? He asked, his tone slightly concerned. Yes. Why? A flicker of fear ran through me. Does he know? No, I was just asking. You seem a little tense, he observed, his gaze lingering on my forehead. I instinctively ran my fingers over my skin. I chuckled awkwardly. I was running. I'm just sweating. Okay, whatever. Let's go. We're already late. The ladies will kill me. Virat sir put his hand lightly on the small of my back, urging me to walk faster. I followed, but something about his touch felt foreign, like I was being touched by a stranger. I never feel this way when Mr. Dawson touches me. Are you insane, Lavanya? What are you thinking right now? My conscience ridiculed me. You're getting engaged to this man in 2 days, and here you are thinking about someone else's touch? I know, it's wrong. I'm sorry. Shaking off the thought, I slid into the passenger seat while Virat sir started driving. When we arrived at Virat sir's house, the women of the family were already waiting for us, fully prepared to leave. I'm sorry, Mummy. We had some work to finish before heading out. Virat sir apologized as soon as we stepped inside. His mother shot him a glare. But the moment her eyes landed on me, her expression softened into warmth and happiness. Namaste, Auntie. I greeted, bowing slightly to touch her feet. Before I could, she gently grasped my shoulders, stopping me. I looked up at her in surprise. Duh, daughters never touch feet, she said kindly, before pressing a soft kiss to my forehead and wrapping me in a warm embrace. Her affection caught me off guard, filling me with an unexpected sense of comfort. How can I hurt a woman like her? She deserves all the happiness in the world. Virat sir and I, along with the women of the family, visited the jewelry store first. I remained mostly silent, only offering polite smiles whenever they spoke about me or addressed me directly. How about this one? Virat sir's mother asked, showing me the third ring of the evening. As usual, I nodded with a pleasant smile, blinking rapidly. So, that's a no for this one too then, she concluded with a sigh. Bhaiya, show us a ring that truly complements the beauty of her ring finger. Can't you see how gorgeous our daughter-in-law is? She said, glancing at me with pride. The salesman smiled briefly at me, while I noticed a faint blush creeping onto Virat sir's cheeks. He stole a quick glance at me but seemed shy in front of his family. His aunt chuckled, playfully patting his upper back. Laughter, excitement, warmth, happiness surrounded me. But my heart didn't feel any of it. Slowly, I turned to face the mirror in front of me. My own sad reflection stared back. Smile, Lavanya. Smile if you want everyone to be happy. I tried to force a smile, curving my lips slightly, but just then, my eyes caught something else in the mirror. A reflection. A figure stood outside the shop, behind the glass wall, staring at me. The same cayenne blue piercing eyes, the same distinct jawline, the fair skin. The expression on his face was unmistakable. Pain. Mr. Dawson, why is he here? Is he following me? I spun around, my heart pounding. But he was gone. I blinked, scanning the area outside. I just saw him standing there. Where did he go? I turned back to the mirror, hoping to catch his reflection again. Nothing. Maybe you're hallucinating, my inner voice whispered. No, that isn't possible. I saw him. I turned again, looking outside, blinking rapidly to clear my vision. But he was nowhere to be found. What happened, dear? Virat sir's mother's voice snapped me out of my thoughts. I was frozen for a second before fumbling for words. Oh, no, nothing, Auntie. I was just... It's nothing. I'm sorry. What were you saying again? I just asked if you were okay, beta, she said gently, placing a hand on my shoulder. Oh, yes, of course. I'm absolutely fine, Auntie, I assured her. She smiled, but I noticed Virat sir watching me with an uncertain expression. Shoving my thoughts aside, I forced myself to focus back on the task at hand, finding the perfect ring for my engagement. What is wrong with me? I scolded myself. I need to stop thinking like this, or I'll ruin everything. Determined to move on, I put on a bright smile when Auntie showed me another ring. I love it. It's so beautiful, I said enthusiastically. Auntie's face lit up with excitement. Oh, finally, you have such a wonderful choice, Lavanya. I love this one too. She turned to Virat sir. See, Virat? Isn't it stunning? He nodded, mirroring my smile. Let's finalize this one then. Bhaiya, please confirm the order, take the bride's ring size and have it altered. Auntie instructed the salesman. He nodded obediently, smiling. Excellent choice, ma'am. It will look even more beautiful on her finger. After purchasing the rings and other jewelry, we left the store. A 10-minute drive later, we arrived at an apparel boutique. Auntie asked me to select some clothes, and I complied with all her wishes. I didn't want to disappoint her. She picked out saris, stoles, and other outfits for me and for the entire family. By the time Virat sir and his family dropped me off at my community's main gate, it was almost 8 o'clock. I waved at them with a polite smile before turning and heading towards my apartment building. The security guard uncle smiled at me as I walked past him. I returned a weak smile and continued forward, carrying multiple shopping bags in both hands.
Author's POV. Though Jackie had kept his presence hidden all evening, waiting for the right moment, he suddenly appeared in front of Lavanya, out of nowhere. She gasped, startled, her body jerking in fear. 2 of her shopping bags slipped from her hands and fell to the ground. The silence of the night pressed in. Darkness and isolation surrounded them. The security guards were too far away to notice what was happening. She waited for him to say something, anything, but he remained silent, doing nothing except piercing her with his sharp, unwavering gaze. Her hands trembled as she slowly bent down to pick up the fallen bags. Her whole body shivered, not from the cold but from the intensity of the man standing before her, his expression filled with silent accusations. Once she had gathered her things, she straightened, hesitated for a moment, and then cautiously began walking forward. She braced herself, expecting him to lash out in some way, to say something cruel, to stop her, to do something. But he did nothing. She walked past him. Still, he didn't move. He remained there, motionless, his silence heavier than words. Jackie cursed under his breath as she refused to meet his eyes. The way she deliberately avoided looking at him cut deeper than he expected. It was unbearable. Lavanya continued walking, but after a few steps, she hesitated. She turned slightly, glancing at him from the corner of her eye. Just a fleeting look. But he wasn't looking at her anymore. She felt the injustice of it all, the weight of his unspoken pain, because it was the same ache she carried in her heart. Only questioning eyes and painful gazes. Jackie felt her eyes on him, knew she was watching him in secret. But he didn't turn around. He didn't give in. And then, a moment later, he heard the sound of her footsteps fading into the distance. Clenching his jaw, Jackie turned on his heels and walked out of the community, heading back to the same bar he had gone to the night before. At home, Lavanya's parents asked about her evening, and she told them everything about the shopping. She showed them the clothes and jewelry she had picked out. Her mother excitedly brought out the jewelry she had been saving for her only daughter, but Lavanya was barely listening. Her mind drifted far away, lost in thoughts she couldn't escape. Meanwhile, her father paced the living room, speaking to relatives on the phone, walking from one corner to another. Noticing how little she had eaten, her mother finally spoke up. "Lavanya, why aren't you eating properly these days? You'll look dull on your engagement day if you don't take care of yourself. You need to eat well and drink plenty of fluids. Your skin should glow like a fresh flower." Lavanya kept her eyes lowered, silently pushing the food around on her plate. "When I was about to get married, I had to follow a proper diet. Fruits, salads, vegetables, fresh juices, everything," her mother continued, not realizing Lavanya wasn't listening. "You girls these days don't take care of yourselves at all. Tomorrow I'll make you a turmeric flower cream face pack. You have to apply it, okay?" Without responding, Lavanya picked up her plate and stood up. She walked to the kitchen, placed it in the sink, washed her hands, and returned. "Good night, Mama." "Good night, Daddy," she said quietly, before heading to her room. Both her parents stared after her, their mouths slightly open, confused by their normally cheerful daughter's unusual behavior. "What's wrong with her?" Lalit whispered to his wife, leaning forward across the dining table. Sudha, sitting across from him, sighed. "I don't know. I think she's just nervous about the event. That's completely normal for brides-to-be." "I don't think so," Lalit murmured, shaking his head as he glanced towards Lavanya's closed bedroom door. "She seems a little off." "You know nothing," Sudha dismissed. "She's the bride. Do you have any idea what a girl goes through before her wedding? The anxiety, the stress? Men will never understand this. I know what she's feeling right now." She turned her gaze towards their daughter's room, her expression unreadable. "Really? You were nervous too?" Lalit's mood suddenly shifted to a playful one. He wiggled his brows at his wife, flashing a mischievous smile. Sudha sighed, half closing her eyes in exasperation, shook her head, and continued eating. "Tell me now, please." He leaned closer, his tone almost childlike. "Stop it, Lalit," she warned, giving him a sharp look. "No, please tell me. What did it feel like? Butterflies in your stomach or tickles in your heart?" he teased. She blushed, blinking rapidly, avoiding his gaze. "Oh, come on," he pressed, now pouting. "Lalit, enough," she scolded. "You're a father to a grown-up daughter who's about to get married. What will she think if she sees or hears us talking like this?" "She'll learn from us how to keep romance alive even after years," he replied with a wink. She shook her head, still blushing. Shameless. Meanwhile, Vishwa, the waiter who had served Jackie the night before, listened patiently as Jackie drunkenly rambled about Lavanya. After a few hours, once Jackie was too drowsy to function, Vishwa arranged a taxi and sent him home. Jackie was once again in no state to walk on his own, so the guards left him on the couch in his duplex. This time Jamal was waiting for him. Without a word, he removed Jackie's shoes and jacket, then covered him with a quilt before quietly leaving. Jamal knew what was going on. He knew Jackie was struggling with Lavanya's engagement. He knew his Jackie Sir had feelings for her. But despite his sadness, Jamal remained silent. He had no right to interfere. The next day, Jackie arrived at the office, but did nothing. He simply sat there, staring at Lavanya's empty cabin. Ruhi, Balram, and the other employees all noticed his unusual behavior, but no one said a word. They understood his pain, yet they had no way to ease it. Virat and Lavanya were both busy at home, preparing for the engagement. Everyone in the office knew what was happening the next day, but no one knew what was about to happen. And so they all worked in silence, undisturbed and unbothered, waiting for the inevitable.